Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2, gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2, gang, y'all, let's get it. Like shit, scratch, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Crazy, man. That's some Greg last name. First one right there on the damn box. She called that nigga first. That nigga came down the steps like a freaking sick, tall maniac. That nigga sick. And he came down the steps like this. He was like, he stood in the joint. Lady gave him his box. Said they gonna serve y'all charge when y'all get to the hole. He was like, he took his defeat, went upstairs. They called his roommate. Roommate Mo getting packed. I'm like, shh. Now the whole thing about this shit is that they taking away the pack. These people taking away the pack, man. I couldn't believe it. They taking away the goddamn pack, man. The pack is out of here, man. I was like, damn, man. I was like, this shit crazy, man. I watched them pack them niggas up. Man, them people taking away the pack, man. I watched them pack them dudes up, y'all. They packed them up, man. I couldn't believe it, man. But this is what happens, man. You know what I mean? They took them dudes out like an hour later. You know what I mean? 8 people gone from our pod. That means it's about to be a whole transformation of people that's gonna come in here, man. Your pod flips over when it's stuff like this happen. Mass movements, mass lockups. Your pod is gonna flip because it's gonna be over 5 people in your block. Over 5 people in your block is kind of like your block flipping of people. You know what I mean? That's what we call it. So we already knew it was gonna be a major transformation. Those guys are out of here. The Richmond dude is feeling good that he's the only guy now that can provide services for dudes that be messing with the La and the D block or whatever the case. He's feeling good. I know he's feeling good because this is how penitentiary is. He's the only one left now. So like everybody just was like, it was a crazy shocker to everybody looking like, yo, we done got rid of Mo and Dude Greg. Like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy right here, man. So like nobody really could believe it. So probably like a week went by from them dudes being in the hole. We all on the pod chilling. The sergeant come up out of nowhere, came in our pod, walked in, said something to the lady in the booth, and he walked up to where everybody was at. Everybody looking at BET. We looking at BET on the TV. Never forget this. We all look at the TV watching BET, pod jumping. The man walked up to the joint and said, cut the TV off. I need to have a conversation with y'all. We were like, cut the TV off. Wait. So let's cut the TV off. Bro, cut the TV off. After the TV had got cut off, when they cut the TV off, Sergeant was like, look, listen up, listen up. Everybody listen up. Everybody kind of like, you know, what's going on? I got quiet in the joint. He was like, yeah, I got good news and I got bad news. He was like, what y'all want first? So everybody was like, you got good news and bad news. Like, what's the bad news? Say the bad news. He was like, the bad news is that they got to work on this block. They got to fix the showers and they trying to fix stuff in this block. So they about to clear this block out. So y'all, this block right here has to get worked on. He was like, they got to fix this and fix that. Like he was talking about all this shit that they got to fix. And I'm just like, this y'all crazy. He was talking about all this stuff that they got to fix. And I'm like, what is he saying? Like, I'm trying to be like, y'all gonna have to move. So I'm saying, like, how they gonna move a whole block of 88 people? Like, I was like, this is not, I was like, how you gonna move 88 people? It's not possible to move 88 people. How are you gonna do this? Like, this is something that I was thinking that it wasn't gonna be able to be done. But this man is just talking crazy. So I'm like, how you gonna do this? That's why everybody was like, man, you weathering, man. How you gonna move 88 people? He was like, yeah, and look, the good news is you're gonna be moving to 3 building. Everybody was like, 3 building? How's that good news? What, you putting us in the hole? You can't put us in the hole, man. What's wrong with you, man? He was like, no, you ain't going to the hole. He said they worked on 3D pod and they put bunk beds in 3D. And that's a segregation pod now. So that's the good news. Going to a building that only got 1 pod, that's population. And it's gonna be this pod right here. So everybody was like, so you about to move us out of 4 buildings? He was like, yeah, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. He was like, tomorrow morning? And he was like, yo, he was like, you acting like you moved. The sergeant was like, y'all acting like y'all moving off the compound. Relax. You getting moved right next door. Upstairs to 3D. What's the problem? What's the problem? Just pack up. Everybody just start packing tonight. Take everything off your walls, everything you got hung up, take it down, because you're moving tomorrow morning. So everybody just was like, this joke crazy, man. Like, what the hell, what is going on here? So I promise y'all, man, like, I was mad about it, but still though, like, what can you do? This is prison. They gonna come with stuff that we don't agree with, that we just gonna have to live with. That's just how penitentiary is. So I was like, man, I went straight upstairs and started packing my stuff. I was like, man, I don't care, man. It don't matter. I like full building, but I was just like, yo, they about to move us to where the hole is at. Like, I didn't really know how to respond about that, yo. I didn't know what was going on. So we packed our stuff up. The next morning they came in there and they asked them, we had our stuff packed up. They was like, yeah, come on. So they took the bottom tier first. Everybody was just waiting. You know what I mean? Because it ain't a far walk. We just gotta walk out the building and walk up the steps. They told us to pack everything up, leave our boxes, just put everything in trash bags. So next thing you know, he come get the top tier. So we leaving out. So we come out, we on the top tier. We come out the joint. We leave out the joint. So we come from the top tier. We walk through the downstairs. We get out the building. We walk next door to 3 building. We go upstairs to 3D. So as we went up the joint, you can see dudes moving around like it's a regular block now. Like, I'm like, oh man. So like, yeah, the hole was right there. Like, you can see, as we came in the building, A and B part, that's the hole. You know what I mean? You see them in there feeding. You go upstairs, C part is still the hole. But 3D was the dudes that was at bottom tier now. So everybody moving around. They got the doors all the way wide open. So dudes just going and moving around. So we step in the joint, everybody getting their stuff together. We like, yo, this is crazy. People got us in 3D, man. This is unbelievable right here, man. This is unbelievable. So we go upstairs. They tell me what cell I was going to. Basically, everybody went to their same cells. That's how it was. It was designed like that. You know what I mean? For us to go to the same cells that we was in 3D. So I got back in 28. So we in the joint, man. Like, we just had to deal with the joint. So like, nobody really knew what to expect with this whole situation. So once they got us all hunkered in, a little bit later, like an hour later, the sergeant come in the joint. I just so happened to be standing like by the booth, by the office. And I was standing by the booth by the office because I had just finished packing up. I was trying to get some paper towels out the lady because you gotta go to the booth to get the paper towels. So I was trying to get some paper towels out the lady because we knew you got toilet paper up there. I'm trying to hit her for anything she got, y'all. So boom. So that's when I'm standing in front of the joint. You got toilet paper, you got paper towels. So I see that the sergeant come in. Then the lieutenant come in right behind him. So we see who the sergeant and lieutenant is. We're like, oh, these dudes are alright, you know what I mean? 2 cool sergeants and lieutenants. He walk in, he's like, hey, let me get everybody's attention. Everybody crowd around. I'm like, what's up? I'm standing right there. He's like, look, this paper right here, man. I got enough for 15 jobs, man. Fill it out if you want a job. So I'm standing right there. I just started seeing dudes from the tables about to run to the joint. I was like, I grabbed the ink pen. I was like, I put T White fast on that joint, y'all. So boom. I don't know why I did. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I seen people coming. So when I filled out, like, hey, nigga, see you next week. I was like, dude snatched the pen from me and everything. I was like, yeah, damn, man. They took the pen. Bro took the pen. He was like, everybody was just signing up for the jobs. So the paper got full. A lot of people didn't get a chance to even fill out. 2 days later, man, Sergeant called me in the office, told me I had a job working in segregation. So like, you know, I have seen this job. I have been to the hole already 3 times now. I have seen people work this job. It's a sweet job, but it can be a worrisome job too. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, you know what? I started figuring out because I used to hear dudes say he used to make a lot of plays to the dudes that was in the hole. So I'm like, yo, the hole could be a gold mine because they got a bunch of lifers back here that still want to mess with that la-la and still want to mess with other stuff. So I'm like, for real, I'm going to play it like that. I'm going to use it for business. Now, I can move around. I get to come out and all this stuff. But that's what I was thinking in the beginning. So I get the job. A lot of people get the job. So my first day working, I go over to 3C. Man, I get over to 3C, man. I promise you, man. I get over that jump. I see the dude Mo. The dude Mo is in cell 32. So he's in a cell where he can see the whole runway of 35 through 44. Now, in cell 35 was the dude Greg. Beside him, I didn't know who that was. But I know Mo was here, Greg was right there. They wasn't far from each other. So I come in the joint, they see me like, hey, T-Weezy! He scream my name super loud. I was like, oh, I'm coming up there. I come up there with the broom and sweep. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, what's good, man? What's going on? I was like, man, so how long you got? He was like, man, 60 days. I'm like, dang. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. He was like, no, man. He was like, man, they broke the dynasty up, man. See, they got Greg over there, man. You know what I mean? He was like, Joe crazy, man. He was like, but bro acting like he mad at me. Like he ain't got no ticket for me. He just been on the door talking to that dude that's in cell 36. He was like, yo, who is this dude? Do you know the dude that's in cell 36? I'm like, nah, I don't know the dude that's in cell 36. He was like, man, look, he been talking to that dude, man. I've been calling his name. He just been egging me. I don't know why he egging me, man. He was like, man, look, take him this kite. Take him this kite from me. So I'm like, all right, slide it out. He slid the jaw out the bottom of the door. I hit it with the broom. You know what I mean? I'm like, so 35 ain't far from 32. It's just right there across the showers. I was like, I went to his cell. I was like, hit him with the broom, got it through the door. Like, he got up, he was like, who this came from? I was like, came from Mo, man. He was like, he sucked his teeth, paused. He was like, stood at the front door reading. I tipped, I left. You know what I mean? I'm downstairs moving around now. As I'm downstairs moving around, I hear the dude Greg say, hey, Weezy! Hey, Weezy! I was like, yo! He was like, you coming back up here? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right. So I chilled for a minute, finally made it back upstairs. I get upstairs, I walk by, I see who was in 36 because I came up the steps the other direction this time. So when I walk by 36, I look. When I looked, I seen a dude in there, like, for real. When I looked at him, and I didn't even want to really look in his cell, but he's like, when he's standing at his cell, I'm walking past, so there's no choice. But I'm my peripheral to look, so I'm like, I see the dude. I look, it's an old head booty bandit, y'all, so boom. I was like, that's the dude that was in 2 building and they were saying trying to take cakes. You know what I mean? I'm like, I remember him, man. Dude, a super major predator, man. He like, his predator man is probably in his locker. Like, that's how type of reputation this dude had, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I see it's him, so I walk past. You know what I mean? I get to the dude Greg, so I'm like, what's up, man? He was like, hey, can you get this kite next door for me? I was like, who you talking about, the Mo? He was like, no, I ain't messing with him. No, I'm talking about next door neighbor, cell 36. So I'm like, you talking to the dude in 36? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I took the kite, slid it to the old head. Old head come to the joint looking major like a freaking booty bandit. Man, psycho, pause, man. That man came to the door with his shirt off. That man had the naughtiest chest hairs I've ever seen in my life, pause, man. That man had naughty hairs going around his nipple game, y'all, so boom. I said, here go the joint, man. Hand him the kite. Got up out of there, y'all, I dipped. Go back to the pod, man. Went back to the pod. I tell my bro immediately, I'm like, yo. I said, man, say word. I said, you know, Mo and them next door. He was like, yeah, I heard. I said, he's like, you seen him? I'm like, yeah. I said, bro, say word. Mo say Greg ain't messing with him. He was like, yeah, I heard Greg say he the reason made him mess with that Lala, and that's why they in the hole, so he ain't messing with him no more like that. He ain't messing with him no more like that. So I'm like, that junk crazy. I was like, but nah, the crazy thing is that bro sent me to Greg, told me to get a kite to the booty bandit dude that sleep next door in 36. I said, it's the booty bandit dude. I called the booty bandit. I ain't say his name. I was like, hey, the dude that's in 2 building, that was in 2 building that they saying da 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 da. He was like, oh yeah. I was like, yo, he's sleeping 36 right next to Greg. I said, Greg told me to send this man a kite. I said, man, that man had the kite all nice and professional, some old school, elementary, middle school looking type of kite. I said, man, he had it like folded up in a freaking triangle. It looked like a freaking football that we used to play back in the day in school. He was like, for real, man? I'm like, yeah. He was like, what you think the kite was saying? I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, man, but I don't know what's going on, man. I was like, Mo had told me that's all he be doing is talking to dude. I was like, at first I didn't know who the dude was till I had walked by. But I was like, Mo said that's all he be doing is talking to the dude. So I'm like, that junk crazy, you know what I mean? None of my business. So I kept on moving on my life. So the times that I was coming back over there to the hole, it was like, you know, I would do favors for Mo and I would do favors for Greg. Like, you know, he would ask me to do something. It was a dude in our party sent him some I guess, I didn't know what it was. I know what he told me. He was like, Weezy, it's something in his kite. I'm like, all right, I didn't want to ask was it la la. I just didn't want to be nosy. But I'm pretty sure it was the D block. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was the D block, man. So when I went back over to the joint, you know what I mean? I handed him the joint. And when I handed him the joint, I looked. Mo was looking right at me. Mo was in his door like, he was looking crazy. Like, he knew I brought him something from next door, from our pod, from population. So after I finished, I walked past. Mo was like, hey, Weezy. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, what was that you gave him? I'm like, bro, I don't know. I just gave him a kite. He was like, was there something in it? I'm like, man, I don't know. He was like, man, this nigga trying to play me, man. Nigga trying to act like this is my fault, man, that we back here. Da, da, da. I was like, man, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? I couldn't get into it. I couldn't take a side. I didn't have a dog in the fight, y'all. So boom. What you wanted me to do, man? So I do my favors, I leave. I go back to the pod. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get used to being in 3 building, man. Like, I can't get in the middle of this stuff, whatever they got going on. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with y'all, man. So, I'm just trying to mind my business through this whole jump, man. So, I'll say through the times that I'm over there working in the hole, you know what I mean? Like I say, dudes is asking me to pass wicks, dudes is asking me to pass all type of stuff all through the hole, you know what I mean? So I'm doing favors because I'm one of them dudes that, yeah, as long as there's a sweet somebody in the booth that don't care, then I'll move around for dudes, you know what I mean? But sometimes you might get land a cop. They don't want you to do no passing, no popping, no trace slots, so you will lose your job. So you got to know how to move through this whole jump. So like I say, I'm doing favors for everybody in the jump, man. So I can remember one day I had to come on the top tier. You know what I mean? I had to come on the top tier to run a favor for not Mo. It was for another dude. I think he was in cell 30 or something like that. So I went to his cell to do something. Forgot what to pass a magazine. It was something like that. But he told me to go over to the side that where Greg and them was at. You know what I mean? On the top tier. So I slide jar on the bottom. I grab it. I fold it up, put it on my left side, and I'm walking like this down the tier. I hit the corner. I'm getting by Greg on cell. As I get by Greg on cell, I see that his cut is up. His cut is on. His cut is all the way up. Walk by 36. 36 is all the way. 36 is all the way up. So I walk past him. I get down to 30. I get down to the jump. Hand bro the book. Like, here. He's like, this for such and such. I was like, yeah. He said, when you finish, send it back. He's like, I got him. So as I'm about to walk back and hit the steps right there, the nigga Mo said, hey, Weezy. Hey, come here, Weezy, before you go down the stairs. I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, come here. I'm like, man, Lord, man. So I start walking. As I start walking, I'm walking. Goddamn. I walked by. It was like a quiet moment, y'all. Pause, man. Pause this, man. I walked by, y'all. Everything I love, man. I walked by the cell, and I hear the old head and like, yeah, just like that. Yeah, motherfucker, you old nasty motherfucker. Yeah, just like that, motherfucker. That's how I like it, just like that. I was like, I couldn't believe my ears, y'all. So boom, pause that too. And I was like, oh my God, man. Got by the cell, got back to Mo cell. Mo was like, what's up? Why your face look like that when you walk past 36? Because he can't see that they got the cuts up from his door. He can't see that they cuts are up. I'm like, oh, bro, I don't know, bro. I just, you know what I mean? He was like, what's going on? What are you doing over there? I was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, man, cut me off. Won't you actually respond to my guy? I said, bro, I'm not getting in the middle of that, bro. I don't have nothing to do with what y'all got going on. I'll be honest with y'all, man. He was like, yeah, I respect it, man. So he let it go. You know what I mean? But I heard what I heard. I went back to the party. I told my roommate, I said, bro, I don't know what was going on. I said, man, that the dude Greg and that old head booty band, they got something going on. I said, I don't know what's going on, but they got something going on, man. So boom, everybody chilling. We come back out. We in the pod. Everybody just minding their business. You know what I mean? I come back over that bitch the next day. The nigga Greg called me to the door again. This time he called me to the door. I look. I don't know where he got this. I think he made it out of sheet. I don't know where he got this shit from. I go to the man's door. This man got some shit on his fro, y'all, that makes it like push the fro back into like a fucking puffy ponytail looking type shit. Now you might have some tough dudes with hair that might do this tactic, man, but like at this very moment in penitentiary on Sussex too, that little ponytail piece he had that looked fruity. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. He come to the door, he like, hey, you get this crack to him over there? I was like, 36? He was like, yeah, appreciate it. I just look at him, I'm like, I take the kite over there, 36. Dude come to the door with the knotty chest hairs around his nipple. He come to the door, he like, thank you, Slim. He grabbed the jump, he like, I was like, all right, I'm gone. I did it. Like they was having a ball back there. I promise you, man. Like they was having a ball, man. Some time that went on. Man. A lot of time that went on, to be honest with you. Them dudes did their time. I used to go back there from time to time. Everybody that used to work back there, when I was in work back there, used to come back in the park like, yo, what the hell going on with Greg? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, man. Nobody knew what was going on with him, man. Because I guess he was asking them for favors too. So nobody knew what was going on. So he finally get out the hole. So when he get out the hole, I don't even see this man no more. I didn't even know he was out the hole, to be honest with y'all, man. Like I didn't know he was out the hole. So one day we went outside rec. Now, the way they used to do the rec, when we was in 3D, like they had, for real, around this time, like when all this was going on, like Sussex, this would make me not want to leave Sussex, y'all. Like the rec was like, the rec schedule was beautiful. Like we used to go outside and they'll have you this part, they'll have this part with this part, that part with this part. Or majority of the time you're building definitely, you know what I mean? You're going to be out with the building. So like everything used to be love when it came to that rec schedule. But since they moved us to 3D, they made a whole new rec schedule, and the new rec schedule that came out, and they used to have us on the ball fields with each building. We would be out there with 2 building, 1 building, 4 building. Like they would mix 3D in with anybody because 4 pods can go on the ball field and 2 pods can go on the yard 1s and 2. On the basketball courts, they kept single, but at the same time, like we was able to mingle with everybody being in 3D. We was able to mingle with everybody, so I can remember going outside. Man, and like. I'm on the yard talking to my homeboy, and we're on the big yard. We on the big yard with 2 building. And it's like, you know, I know a lot of dudes from 2 building, but it's like when I first got out there, I stayed on our side of the big yard because the big yard is the big yard in the middle. So you can, if you stay down when we come out at a 4 building by our gate, you're going to be on that part of the ball field. But it's the whole joint. You can walk the whole joint. But like sometimes dudes just stay down there and talk to somebody they might know that's on this side down here. You know what I mean? So I stayed, as soon as I came in the gate, I stayed in there and talked to my homeboy for a minute that was in 4 building, that was right there on yard 2. So me and him right there, I'm on the fence, he across from me on the other fence, me and him having a conversation. So I'm kicking it with him. So as I'm kicking it with him, he like, yo, bro, look, I need you to do me a favor. I'm like, what's up? He was like, my man, in 1 building, that's on yard 1. He was like, bro, he got 2 spoons for me, bro. I need you to make that play for me. I told him I'm gonna send you. I told the yard man, give it to you. I'm like, all right, bet, I'll get it. He's like, all right, so I'm gonna be back. So I went on a dip. So me and my homeboy just walked on the front. We just started walking to the front. Like, not really the front, but like to the other side of the ball field. So we coming around, we walking. So as we coming around the joint, I promise you, man, I look. Man, it's some earth. I look. Man, I see a dude, man, this dude got that piece in his hair again. He got some shorts on that I don't know where he get these shorts from. The man got on some shorts, man, look like Daisy Dukes, man. I promise y'all, man, this shit look like Daisy Dukes. Pause. The man on some shorts look like Daisy Dukes. Goddamn, this man walking around. He got on like 3 pair of socks like a woman. You know how a woman might wear the slouch socks and some socks over that and some socks. So he got like some bunch of socks to make it look like he got on slouch socks with his New Balances on. He's standing right there by the water cooler, like under the joint. And he's standing with his back on the fence. And when I walk by, me and my man walking by, and both of us are shocked to see this, man. We like, I walked by, and then there was a dude that had his back turned. I looked, then the booty baby dude turned around. He was like, man, yeah, man, look, man, I don't pay no attention, man. They gotta get used to this shit anyway. Yeah, those were his last words as I'm looking at the nigga that made a whole transformation, man. This man was a fucking man, Buddha. Now this man wearing Daisy Dukes. Where the fuck did this shit come from? Oh, it was like, yeah. God damn it, don't worry about this shit. They gonna have to get used to this shit. God damn it, you just being who you is. God damn it, they gonna have to get used to this shit.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.